This is G.I. Kyle. When I'm not taking shirtless selfies on Instagram and drinking White Claw while having hot sex with my wife Karen and making truck videos, I like to listen to the shows on VRS, Veteran Radio Syndicate, your home for the best quality veteran entertainment.
The recognized symbol of excellence in online entertainment.
Welcome, friends and family, pogues and operators, to another edition of Sports Church right here on the Vet Radio Syndicate. I'm your host, John Kerman, a.k.a. Minnie. I'm a United States Marine Corps veteran. 2311 was my MOS. IOEs. I'm a card carrying member of the E4 Mafia, allegedly, and OG of the Veteran Radio Syndicate. Joining me tonight is a regular crew. Gentlemen, I've got Pops, Poop, and T. What's going on, gents?
Yo.
T, what'd you do? Have a jet-powered car now?
What's up?
You said earlier you probably wouldn't make it to the last part of the show, and now here you are.
Yeah, my wife, after she got out of the one store she was in, was like, because my daughter fell asleep in the car, and she's like, let's just go home, because Sammy had 3 games today. The one of the goalies for one of the other teams, dad has COVID, so they're making that kid quarantine too. So she had to fill in for another team today in between her 2 regular games that she had scheduled. So she played 3 games in a row with no rest in between any of the games. But she did all right. I mean, the 2 she played for her team, they won both of them. The first one 5-1. She had 22 saves on 23 shots in that one, so that was a good game. And then they won their other game 10-2, and she had like 18 saves on 20 shots in that one. So both like 90% or more days. That's good in my book.
Yeah, right.
So.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's check in with everybody. First, let me do a real quick lineup here. So Mondays, you got Ron Ripley and the Raplonians at 2100 Eastern Standard Time. Ron is an Air Force vet and stand-up comedian out in San Diego area, so make sure you check that out. Tuesdays, you got the Jester's Court with CJ Thomas at 2000 Eastern Standard Time. Wednesday is If You Drink with Heather Clark at 2000 Eastern Standard Time. Thursday, the Stone Vet with Juan Garcia at 2000 Eastern Standard Time. Immediately following that, Yes, I Am the Veteran with Brandy Pett and Melissa Christine. Friday, hopefully returning very soon, at the Texas Revolution with Todd Snelling. And then we have the bar at 2100 Eastern Standard Time on Saturday. And, of course, Sports Church, as you're watching right now, on the VRS Hero Show immediately following that. And I have no idea if he's actually going to be on tonight because he's out of town. So we shall see. Pook, what's up with you, man? How you doing? What's going on, man?
What is up? It's the Bishop Brother Pook Dog, baby boy. That's right.
What's going on, man?
How you doing, man?
I'm all right. Pops, how about you? What's new? What's happening?
Hey, Cincinnati lost their shot at the national championship, but the Bengals scored a division win today, so the Bengals at least going into the playoffs. So
Yeah.
and Kentucky won yesterday. So wow, it's kind of cool.
There you go. Real quick, get it out of the way. Might as well, right? The baseball season, I guess, like I've been saying the last couple of weeks, is still officially in lockout, so it's on hold. I told you nothing was going to happen during the holiday season, and I was right. The best I found was a Q&A with the MLB commissioner, and the things he said in there didn't look too good. So I don't know. We'll see. But, teams aren't allowed to really make any moves other than hiring managers right now. We've kind of gone over that the last couple of weeks. So it is what it is, man. So we'll just go right into our MMA segment as we let some of the second half games close up, and then we'll get right into football. and unfortunately discuss the mess that has become the fantasy football season for me because 2 fucking years in a row I've fucking either score the most points or close to it and end up in fucking
Fourth place. Yeah,
fucking bullshit, man. Fucking Antonio Brown. I don't know why you're laughing. You didn't even make the finals.
I know. I'm gonna end up 5th place, but I wasn't worried about it.
I mean, I only have like a 670 or 665, 670 winning percentage, and yet I can't seem to get it done in the playoffs. I feel like the Denver Broncos.
Then this week too, like me and J-Dub, like both our teams are just shitting the bed. We're in a championship game, and it's like if you look at our players right now, it's like, how are these 2 guys in the championship? Because we're like set to like score maybe 111 or something like that. With how
I'm probably gonna score more points than both of you.
I know, right? I know both you and Lunchbox are gonna score more than
he's drubbing right now.
I took the right week to bring back the Cincinnati duo. They damn near scored 100 points between the 2 of them.
Yeah, I know.
I couldn't believe that.
Yeah, I should have not played T. Higgins because he didn't have that great of a game. I should have played Damian Harris on the Patriots instead because they were playing the Jaguars, and I was thinking of throwing him in there, and I made the wrong choice by not doing that.
It is what it is. We'll get into it in depth, unfortunately, against my will, but we'll do it anyways. Pook, what you got in the fight game? What you got in the fight game,
man? There really isn't much going on outside of that Cyril Gain Francis Ngannou fight, which has other implications because Ngannou has a UFC's head right now. He has one fight left on his contract if he loses. If he wins, there's a clause, but they can only hold him for so long. And he's threatening, he wants a new contract, and he wants to be able to box either Fury or the Brown Bomber. The guy from what's his name? Help me out here. Wilder,
okay.
Man, Deontay Wilder,
gotcha.
the Brown Bomber. So
go ahead.
That would be an interesting fight, though.
He's doing it no matter what, with or without the UFC's blessing. He's kind of trying to do like a Conor play, kind of where he wants to do a co-promotion with them. I don't know if he's actually behind that or if somebody else is pushing him to do it like this and hold the UFC hostage, as you will. But he's going to be boxing no matter what, and he's always wanted to box. That was what he started training doing in the first place. He wanted to be a boxer. I don't know how you guys feel about that.
I mean, fine. I'm fine with it. It'd be exciting. It'd be great. I don't know why he's so obsessed about doing the boxing thing. I mean, the money's there. That could be a huge thing. I mean, for whatever reason, the money's still in boxing and not necessarily the UFC. I mean, look where Conor made his money. He did okay in the UFC, but he's one of the there's 3 or 4 guys in a couple of year period that make that kind of dough in the UFC compared to the rest of the field. So you go out there and box, and big money. So I want to see him fight in the ring, though. I don't care, unless he's fighting Jake Paul. I don't really give a shit. I just want to see somebody beat that dude's butt.
You're worried about Jake Paul. You're worried about Jake Paul. And I think maybe that's what the casual fans worried about too. And have you seen the way Dana White's been corresponding back and forth on Twitter with the guy? He's like making him more. Doesn't Dana White understand that? Every time he tweets out about Jake Paul, no matter what he says, try to incriminate him with steroid use or you're just feeding right into the troll's hands, man. This guy's like the ultimate troll. He's got Dana White talking about him. Now he's got you thinking about him. You don't even care about the Cyril Gain Francis Ngannou fight. You want to know who's fighting Jake Paul next.
Right. I do. I want to see him go down, man. I just want to see him go down.
And there's an interesting video. They've been going back and forth. Obviously, I don't know if you know about it. Dana White pretty much, I'm going to paraphrase because I can't remember what was exactly quoted. But Dana White pretty much says, I challenge you I'll take 10 or you're on steroids.
Yeah,
And if
yeah.
you do 2 years of steroid testing, I will do 10 years of cocaine testing. I'm not on coke.
Yeah.
So he's going back. So he's got Dana White responding to this now. Now it's serious, right? Because he called him a cokehead or whatever.
Yeah.
So now Dana White's responding to this. So then Jake Paul responds back with pretty much like, all right, well, this has always been about fighter pay. And you don't pay your fighters, and you don't take care of your people, and you're a greedy person, pretty much. He said something. He called him a capitalist or something. He had some choice words for him, and then he says, move the minimum fighter pay. He had demands like move the minimum fighter pay from $12,000 up to $50,000.
Mhm.
And we want medical. We want medical insurance and what was the other one?
We want 50%.
They want 50% of all the revenue generated to go to fighter pay. And Dana White really didn't respond. Dana White really didn't respond to that because he felt that Paul never responded to his cocaine steroid test trade or bet or challenge or whatever you want to call it to begin with. So they're just like insulting each other back and forth. And the more Dana White talks about him, the more relevant he becomes.
Yeah, this is true. What's up, Mark? How you doing, brother? Thanks for tuning in. It's I wonder if it's just an old. You remember Andy Kaufman and that wrestler?
They got him. Remember that? Jake Paul and Dana White.
They're calling each other. They're texting each other in the morning, like, "Hey, what kind of fucked up shit you want to say today?" Like, they're in cahoots, right? They're in cahoots with each other, just trying to stir up as much shit as they can because it doesn't hurt either of them, right? It just brings more and more attention to.
I'm believing that there's something that they're doing.
It could be.
They want to.
Sure.
I don't know if I believe it. I think Dana White's a little hot. He's a bit of a hothead.
Well, yeah.
I think he's a little hot. Maybe not, but I don't really like what happened with Mark Hunt. Did anyone see what happened with Mark Hunt and all that?
No.
He lost a $380,000 lawsuit against the UFC. The UFC sued him for the money they spent. Remember back when Hunt sued the UFC for knowingly putting Brock Lesnar in there as a steroid abuser and putting him in jeopardy? Remember when he sued him for that?
I do.
Well, that got thrown out of court twice.
Wow.
Hey, Poop. So, Chris Benoit sent me the Jake Paul tweet, so I can put that
put
up
it
on
up.
the
Let's
screen.
see it. Let's fire it up, man. Fire it up.
So here we go. Okay.
I was trying to get that before the show, and I was fumbling, bumbling, and stumbling.
I can barely read it.
You read it.
Right. All right. Let me go back to the tab because I can't read it on the StreamYard either.
I can't. Happy New Year.
It's
Dana White. Here's a real challenge for you. I will immediately retire from boxing and fight Jorge Masvidal in the UFC if you agree to. Okay, now I can't read
and then increase minimum fighter pay per fight to $50,000. It's $12,000 now. Guarantee UFC fighters 50% of UFC annual revenue, $1 billion in the U.S. in 2021. Provide long-term health care to all fighters. You previously said brain damage is part of the gig. Imagine the NFL said that. There are many UFC alums who have publicly said they are suffering from brain damage. You have 5 days to accept and to implement the above by March 31st, 2022. Once implemented, I will immediately retire from boxing, enter USADA, and agree to a one-fight deal with UFC to fight Weak Chin Jorge.
So obviously that's his answer back when he's talking about he will enter into USADA, meaning he's going to be getting the standard of drug testing that is available today, which I think Connor's beating.
Yeah.
But that was his response to Dana White, and Dana White's like, he never responded to me. He's like, straight up. This is a straight up bet. My coke use, and I think that freaking Dana White can probably abstain from cocaine to prove a point for 10 years. I think he could, but do I think he's freaking a coke user right now? I mean, that's the rumor.
I don't really care.
I don't really care either. I don't. Why do I even care anyway? I don't know. You tell me why I care. Everyone obviously cares. You're like, who's Jake Paul fighting next? Why do we care so much? He's made a fool out of the MMA community. That's what he says. He's made a fool out of Dana White. You feel that way? You feel he's made a fool out of Dana White?
No, but I mean, that tweet, we've talked about this a bunch before. I mean, those are all valid, valid points, man. They are. And I've been highly critical of Dana White for years because of fighter pay and fighter health. And, I see the numbers because they put them out there of how much they took in for a pay-per-view. Well, that's great. But for you, I mean, how these fighters who are destroying themselves, and granted, nobody makes them do it. I get that part. But
look at now Mark Hunt. They went after him for legal fees.
Yeah.
Bad enough. Okay. Mark Hunt obviously thought he was wronged enough to get a lawyer and go after these guys. I mean, he still thinks he's wrong. There's a Twitter quote that he put up, and if Chris Benoit wants to help me out, I love it. He's talking about taking.
Chris has sent me another video too with Dana's response. So
the response.
I can put that up. Yeah, I can put that up whenever you guys are ready.
That'd be worth watching. But real quick on Mark Hunt.
Let's go through what you're going on.
But real quick on Mark Hunt, I don't like that. I mean, I kind of get why they're doing it, so no other fighters go after him, like to prove a point, to punish Mark Hunt. Well, Mark Hunt's a retired fighter, man. I mean, I think the UFC probably was able to cover their tracks well, and I think there was some wrongdoing there. I mean, but then and again, you could make the argument, of course he's on steroids. Look at the guy. All the guys you fought in Pride were also on steroids, Mark Hunt. Why are you even angry? But obviously he don't feel that way. I just don't like the way they went after him, because it's like, how's he going to pay that bill?
Yeah.
What do you guys think about it?
I don't like them going after it, but I mean, you did kind of point out that, you don't want people just mercilessly suing you. Because every time they do, whether they file it, every time they file a paper slide in court, you got to pay a lawyer to go in there and deal with it. And I'm sure he doesn't have very cheap lawyers. What?
No, well, Mark Hunt anyway. Mark Hunt had a vicious tweet about rusty forks in people's eyes or something. He had like choice words for Dana White in the UFC.
Yeah.
It wasn't nice, and he don't feel like his side of the lawsuit's over with. He feels that he's going to bring forth new evidence that's going to cement the fact that they knew that Brock Lesnar popped on a steroid test one day prior to the event where he got ground and pound. But anyway, I digress. Let's go ahead and take a look at your video, T.
All right, let me get back over on the StreamYard here. Add that into the stream and
Jake, you never responded to the challenge. You publicly stated that I use cocaine. I do not. So I told you could randomly cocaine test me for the next 10 years. I believe that you're a cheater, and I believe that you use steroids. So I want to randomly steroid test you for the next 2 years. And that thing that you came out with today, nobody on earth thinks that you really wrote that. You're too stupid. And for those of you that don't know, if you've ever watched one of his fights and you see when they do the stare down, the guy that's standing in the middle with the warlock nose and the big warlock wart on his face, apparently that's his manager. And that guy used to be an accountant for me. And let's just say this, he no longer works for me, and I think he's a scumbag. But if you two think that you can do it better than we do, we're doing this whole thing wrong. You could treat the fighters better than we do. Knock yourself out. Go start your own business. It's easy to do. Get the warlock on it. The Warlock should get it started for you. What you and the Warlock should be focused on is your business. You're tanking. You can't sell pay-per-views. You're calling out Jorge Masvidal because he's a pay-per-view superstar. Nate Diaz, Conor McGregor, Mike Tyson. These are all superstars. You're not. You can't sell pay-per-views. So you do whatever the hell you want to do. I'm ready to roll, buddy. I don't use cocaine. Do you use steroids? Let's do this, Jake.
Oh, that's good.
It's entertaining, at least, right? At least it's entertaining.
Yeah, it's entertaining, and Dana White makes a couple points, but in the end, man, I think it's Jake Paul don't need Dana White, man. Nah, man. I don't think he does.
But then why?
He says he don't. Oh, he's a troll, man. He's trolling him. He wants to fight Masvidal. He wants a payday. He wants to fight Nate Diaz. He wants a payday. He wants to fight Conor. He'd love to fight any of those guys. He'd love to get him in any way you can get him in the ring. He'd love that.
Let me ask you a question, though. The last two fights, according to reports, were flopped as far as pay-per-view goes.
Okay, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
You're right, and they don't have the kind of security the UFC has. A lot of people illegally stream that. Did you see the knockout?
Yes.
Do you think everyone you know seen that knockout?
Yeah.
On everybody's Facebook feed.
You think the Paul brothers make their money from boxing in the first place, or make their money from their exposure? I mean,
they built their entire career on the exposure stuff.
Right. So, I mean, everybody, I know who, I'm a 45-year-old man. I know who Jake Paul is. I've watched the Impulsive podcast. I never would have done that if it wasn't for all this nonsense. Yeah. So I wouldn't even know his name. I wouldn't even know who he is. If this isn't helping him build his brand anyway, I don't know what is. I mean, he's got guys our age paying attention to him. Yeah. We know who he is. A lot of people don't. You wouldn't even know who he was, man.
I didn't know he had a podcast.
I think this is all just he's just building his brand. That's part of this. I mean, obviously he likes to box. Obviously he has a talent for it. But he also loves to troll. He's doing a damn good job.
Yeah, I'd say he is.
Impressive.
I mean, come on.
Dun, 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 dun. I'm loving it. I mean, it's entertaining, I mean, nobody's really getting hurt. It's just slinging words and whatnot. But it's so hard. Like I've been hypercritical of Dana White for years, and but I don't fucking know the dude, and I don't know the inner workings of that. He could be, he could be an awesome dude. I don't know. Jake Paul is a troll. He could be also really a nice guy. He also could be a steroid user. I don't know. But listening to I
think they're all steroids.
Listening to Joe Rogan, quite a bit lately, it always comes up, especially when he has a fight guy on, and he's like, "I think he's for real.
I think
he's got talent." Yeah, I wish I was. I'll tell you what, I've been on him before, and I didn't like him very much.
They're all on steroids.
Suck.
All of them. Every last one of them.
They're all on steroids. They're all on steroids.
Until proven differently.
Guilty until proven innocent.
Yeah, you go. Yeah,
John,
yeah,
what does Rogan say about Dana White?
Well, he don't say nothing too controversial. That's his homeboy. That's his little buddy.
Well, that's what I'm getting at.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
you got to remember something. Dana White's taking real good care of Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan was volunteering to do the broadcast initially. The commentating, the broadcasting. Yeah. He volunteered. I mean, he's been back
when they had the fights in like Dothan, Alabama, and stuff.
Yeah.
They're thick as thieves, man. They're not gonna. He's not gonna say nothing bad about.
No, probably not.
Dana, no matter what. Not. Even if he feels like he should, he's like he probably bite his tongue. That's his buddy.
Yeah. What's coming up, man?
Ngannou's fighting game for the heavyweight championship of the world.
When is that happening? When is that happening?
When is that happening? That's happening this month. It's going to be UFC 270. Going to be at the Honda Center, January 22nd, mister.
Okay, so 20 days.
All right, that's the big thing coming up. There's going to be some fight nights coming up also. But nothing really to mention. I mentioned all the stories in the MMA. You think I'd be freaking going through this tabloid of gossip if I had anything real and relevant to talk about? You think I'd be talking about the freaking lawsuits? I guess Chael Sonnen, we could talk about that. He got into an altercation in Las Vegas, and he was cited, and it was against battery against 5 individuals. And I knew about this weeks ago, but I didn't mention it on the show because details were real cloudy. There was talk that it might have been a domestic violence thing where he was whooping his wife's ass or something crazy like John Jones or somebody else, right?
Allegedly.
So I didn't want to allegedly, right? I should never say that because John Jones is the homie, But anyway, we got Chael Sonnen in this predicament. I didn't want to bring it up on air just because shit. I don't know what happened, and I'm giving the guy the benefit of the doubt. Well, it turns out that enough people are leaking the story that someone was being disrespectful to Chael's wife, and the cops didn't take him
instead
custody.
of whooping on his wife, he was defending his wife.
Right, exactly, and against 5 dudes. So obviously, people were trying to break up the fight, and they probably caught some thunder.
Yeah,
what I'm thinking was happened. And when the cops got there, sorted everything out, obviously Chael wasn't a bad enough dude that they had to take him into custody. They just cited him. And then later the prosecutor, I believe the prosecutor threw it out of the court. If I'm wrong about that, I apologize. But I don't think it's going anywhere. I think the charges aren't going anywhere. Mm-hmm. And I believe I know the assaults were against 5 gentlemen, not his lady. I know that for a fact now. Too many people have leaked the information as to what happened in that case. That's about it, man. That's about wraps it up with me with MMA. Unless you guys seen something or know something that I didn't hear about.
What kind of knuckleheads are out there trying to start a fight with Chael Sonnen though? It's not like it's not like being in the room with the guy for 3 seconds. You're not gonna know who he is. The guy's got the biggest mouth there is out there. He'll let you know who he is immediately.
You gotta understand something. Some people just ain't sports fans. They're not, and they're definitely not MMA fans. There's people who are sports fans that still believe that the UFC is kin to human cockfighting and it's a disgusting, gross sport, and they won't know Chael Sonnen from anybody else.
Yeah.
There are people like that. There's a lot of people out there like that.
Chris Benoit's got a good point. Drunk guys in Vegas. Yeah. That's the kind of people that are trying to fight UFC fighters.
You're right.
Fucking idiots.
Yeah, you're right. I'm not doing that ever. Not never.
No. T, what do you got for NHL other than we had the coldest winter on ice record ever?
Yeah, so they had the Winter Classic.
Winter Classic, winter on ice.
up in Minnesota. It was negative 8 degrees.
Ooh.
Negative 8 degrees when the puck dropped. So yeah, Chris sent me a picture of this guy with his beer in the stands.
Oh yeah, the Bud Light that overflowed. I've seen that one too. Or maybe that's not that one, but I've seen one where somebody opened up their beer and it like just poured out of just like a slush cone of beer. Like, what are you doing drinking beer when it's 8 below? What's wrong with you?
Well, what are you doing drinking Bud Light to begin with? It's not
that
really
too.
beer.
That can tell you something right there.
Yeah,
but
it's probably like a $14 bottle of Bud Light.
Right,
too.
exactly. Yeah. It's like you go to these games and they got their sponsorship fucking deals and you can get a shit beer at the fucking game.
I don't know, dude. I don't know what you guys like. Sometimes I like a light beer, like a ball game, like a really light beer.
If you're gonna drink a light beer, at least get something that has some flavor to it, though. Like Coors Light and Bud Light have no flavor. And Miller Lite's at least got a little bit of flavor to it.
This is what you do, ladies and gentlemen. You get yourself a plastic flask and you go buy Cokes.
Yeah. But if you look
at go to the bathroom and you go into a stall and you pour in your little thingy and you're good to go.
Dude, if your beer froze, your Coke's gonna freeze too, dude.
Well, not with the booze in it.
You're gonna have to juice it up. You're gonna have to juice
Chris
it up
said,
real good.
It probably was the only kind of beer they had at the stadium because that's the unfortunate thing. You go to these games and you don't really get a great selection, and then they gouge the fuck out of you price wise. But you know what? I mean, Vinny, you grew up in Wisconsin. Pook, you're from the Midwest too. I mean, you've all had this happen to you before with beers too. Put a case in the garage and to keep it cold, and then all of a sudden you get a good winter storm and you go outside and the case is just ice.
I just took the Coke out of the trunk because it was freezing. So
yeah.
Oh,
what else is going on?
Montreal, they only have Molson at the stadium. That's good beer though. I like Molson. I'd rather get a Molson at a game than a Bud Light. For sure. So the last week we were talking about the beginning of the IIHF tournament, the World Juniors tournament. Team USA had to forfeit their first game because 2 players popped for COVID, I think. Then the Czech Republic had to forfeit their next game after they had played Canada in the first round. And then Russia also had to forfeit a game because of COVID. They tried to stop the spread. They tried to do the whole, we're going to have the referees wear masks for a little bit. And then, then they just decided to cancel the entire tournament together. So there is no champion because they did not play the rest of the tournament because COVID. I know there's the petition going around because the women's tournament had already been canceled, and I don't think that's gonna go anywhere. I know I have plenty of people that in the hockey community, because my daughter plays, that have been circulating these petitions, and it's just like, knock yourself out filling them out. I don't think it's going to do anything. They're gonna do what they're gonna do. But play did finally start again. I mean, obviously we talked about the Winter Classic was already played. Today, the Red Wings went up early on the Bruins, and then they gave up 5 in a row and lost 5-1. Fun times. So have some other games that happened today. Chicago and Calgary are playing right now. They're tied up. The Rangers won 4-0. The Penguins won 8-5 to extend their winning streak to 8 in a row. Of course, they had the 13-day COVID break there, and so get some rest in there. That kind of helps keep a winning streak going. The Avalanche won 4-2 over the Ducks, and the Devils won in overtime over the Capitals, and the Jets came back and beat the Knights in overtime 5-4. Let's see here. I know Chris sent me something else for hockey too. It was a PK Subban thing here. Yeah. His PK Subban, his resolution now for the new year is that he's gonna stop being a slew-footing little bitch.
Interesting.
When asked what his New Year's resolution.
Just hearing you last night, I can understand that.
And then the Olympic team for the women's team was released now too for the U.S. I don't know about the Canadian team, which really in the women's hockey division, those are the only two teams that matter. It's going to be the U.S. and Canada in the championship game. John's wondering where my Ed Gein hat is. Usually I wear that for the bar. That's my drinking hat, but lately I've just been sticking with the Let's Go Brandon hat. So,
did you see he's got a sponsor?
Yeah. So I said that story earlier. Yeah. So last week we were talking about the fact that he didn't have a sponsor, and then there's a Let's Go Brandon coin is sponsoring the car of the guy that started the Let's Go Brandon chant. So
I love it.
That's pretty funny.
LGB coin.
LGB coin.
LGB coin. And people were bitching about it. I said, hey, at least he didn't just use the original term.
Yeah.
AB.
So this coin, is it like a silver coin or is this a cryptocurrency?
No, this is crypto. Yeah, there's a few of them out there. I know the Marine rapper Topher and DQ started their own one called Brandon Token. And like if you search it up, it's like Let's Go Brandon, and then there is a Let's Go Brandon token, and I don't know who runs that one, but the dude.
All right, okay.
Let
me ask you a question.
Followed him back.
Go for it.
Let me ask you a
What's the
serious
question?
The serious question would be like, what if you did some work for somebody?
Yeah.
All right, like I don't know, some construction work or anything, whatever. You
Yeah.
dug a ditch for them,
Yeah.
and they're like, I don't have no cash, bro, but I got some FJB coin. You want some FJB coin for doing this? Would you accept it?
Well, let me ask you a question.
No.
Is
Would
it
you
worth-
accept it
is,
though?
is it worth you taking the shot that the $100,000 in crypto coin is going to be worth $100,000 in crypto coin and real money?
I mean, if
that's all it is.
If it's Bitcoin, I'll take payment. I'll receive payment. But if it's some FJB coin that just came out, there's no. I'm going to be like, nah, man. Convert that into cash somehow. Give me my cash. Give me my greenbacks.
Well,
I mean, that's how I'm going to feel. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but everyone popping up a new startup crypto-based currency.
Give you a perfect example. Remember Lycos when it first came out?
No.
Was a search engine.
Oh, okay.
John points
I thought
out
it was
that
some kind of anti-acid or something.
No.
Okay, all right.
Lycos was a search engine.
Okay.
And they sponsored Matt Kenseth to the tune of $17 million a year in Lycos bucks. Well, they promised him $17 million a year. And in exchange, the team that Matt drove for could sell advertising and place it on Lycos. So Lycos never exchanged a single dollar. And it came down to whatever the salespeople for Jack Rouse could sell.
Really?
And so in exchange for $17 million worth of free advertising, they only sold like $3 million worth of free advertising.
Wow.
And so instead of getting 17 million, they got 3 million. And that's a good story about Lycos. There are a number of teams that didn't sell $1,000 worth of advertising. And
those guys had some top sales pros on their team. Then
well, these are guys
that
routinely sell things, for $17 million a year. So they thought they could. And they found out that retail advertising is a lot different than, sport advertising.
John Woodorf was saying here, that NASCAR is giving Brandon a hard time about the LGB on his car. I don't
understand that because they announced that they were accepting it.
Yeah. But actually, I mean, I was kind of surprised that they did allow that because remember a few months ago they said they were going to sue anybody that was using NASCAR colors on the Let's Go Brandon merchandise.
Does it make any sense?
They had the fucking colors trademarked.
Yeah.
But does it make any sense?
That colored line logo thing, people at Let's Go Brandon with the NASCAR color lines behind it.
Switch it up. I'd love for them to. I'll print 25 shirts and then I'll put it up there with it on Twitter. NASCAR, come sue me.
Yeah.
For what?
Well,
for what? I mean, come on. I mean,
wait a
just
minute, John. Don't you remember there was a program called Let's Talk NASCAR?
yeah.
What's it called now?
Racing Roundhouse.
No, LTN Network.
Oh, LTN Network. Oh, that's right.
Because NASCAR said we're fucking suing your ass if you don't change the name.
Wow.
And they changed the name. And
because I know
a lot of people had
to
do that with NASCAR in their name.
Yeah.
I know a lot of the Let's Go Brandon merch that came out right after the saying came out had the NASCAR kind of color stripe design behind it, and a lot of those sites, they all did change their shirts now, like the Hodge Twins and stuff. I know they were doing the NASCAR kind of look to it, and then that site they came out with that threat to sue, and I know they kind of changed their designs up and whatnot. So,
oh well.
I will say this: that NASCAR lost a lot of people because of the threats of lawsuit. it was significant that their viewership went down with the same with the same ratio of lawsuits filed. NASCAR was on top of the world in '98, and they started suing in '99, and NASCAR had never gone back up to the '98 numbers. Never, not even close. That's '99 was when they started pulling seats out of the racetracks because they couldn't fill them, and it looks silly. They have all them seats and nobody in them.
Yeah, sure. What was I looking for? Okay. All right. What else we got? NHL or anything else? We'll wrap that up. We're ready to go.
Yeah. Chris Benoit just put in here about the Florida Panthers. Bennett getting suspended 3 games for his hit on Paquette of the Canadians. So I hadn't seen that suspension come down, but he did. So thank you for throwing that in there. I'm I don't got a whole lot. I'm fucking tired as shit tonight, man.
What? You telling you're tired because you watched 3 games?
No, I'm tired because after we did the bar last night, I met up with some. Did you guys
go to midnight last night?
No.
No, but as soon as we got off the air, I met up with some of my buddies I was in the Corps with, and we were up. We were doing Discord and shit, and we were up to I was up to 5:30 in the morning talking to my buddies from when I was in the Marine Corps. So, and then I had to go to Sam. I got 3 hours of sleep and went to Sammy's games. Just I was my wife was yelling at me "Oh, don't do the show tonight. You're so tired." I'm I'll make it through.
Not a problem.
It's only another hour and a half or whatever, and we can get through it.
I think I got the NFL stuff in.
Okay, I'm just trying to find something on the damn.
I did have a
college
rip it to
football
get myself
games.
awake when I went to the games.
Can't find. Just give me the damn scores. Oh my god, no. I don't want tickets to the game that already happened. What is wrong with you? Yeah, fucking Chrome sucks as far as searching.
Hang on a second here. Can't spell. Football doesn't work.
Okay. So yeah.
All right. You ready?
I found it.
Did you? College football results will give you all the Rose Bowls or all the Sugar Bowl or whatever.
What the fuck? I got it. So, Friday. Was this Friday? Was it? No, that was Saturday. What the hell am I thinking?
Friday night was the championship preliminary.
Yeah, the semis, right? Yeah. So number 1 Alabama face off against number 4 Cincinnati, the first non-power school to be invited to the national championship, and it didn't go well.
No,
not at all. They did cover though. They covered. The Alabama did cover, or at least what I thought it was. I don't remember what the final score was, but a lot of people talking 14. So, but to keep it even there, 27-6. I don't think that's that bad. Even Coach Nick Saban saying that Cincinnati belonged there. So, you got that, I guess. But it was a beatdown. No ifs, ands, or buts about that. And the Michigan-Georgia game, unfortunately, our co-host on the bar, Brandy, she's a big Michigan fan. It didn't go well for them either. Georgia looked really, 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 really crisp. I really like that quarterback. Probably going to be the number 1 overall pick in the draft, I would guess. He's nasty. He is nasty, and they just rolled up on Michigan. It was just too.
I don't think he's going to be I don't think he's going to be number 1 pick because Jacksonville's going to have the number 1 pick, and they just took.
Good point. I don't wonder who they're going to take. That they might dump that pick.
Yeah, I think from what I was hearing, they might go defensive line.
Yeah.
Is what I was hearing.
They need a lot of things.
Well, if they're going defensive line, they ought to sell that pick to somebody.
Yeah, I mean, you know how reliable sports radio is for predicting that stuff. So it is what it is.
But you know, John, you brought up an interesting deal about isn't there a way to make these games more interesting? And it really came down when you take the number 1 and the number 4 against each other. It's they should have had the number 2 and the number 4 or number 3 and number 4 go against each other.
Yeah, I don't know. There were mismatches. I mean, like I kept putting in the chat, welcome to the college football championship or college football playoffs presented by the SEC.
Yeah.
I mean, and for years, but so I mean, when's the last Clemson?
Yeah.
Maybe Ohio State 1-1, Clemson 1-1.
Clemson.
Other than that,
who was in the Cheez-It Bowl this year?
Yeah. I think over the last 10 years, the SEC's won it like 7 times. So it's just ridiculous.
Have they picked the coach of the year?
No, I'm sure it's going to be fucking Nick Saban. Which, whatever. I mean, we'll see what happens. I was really impressed with Georgia. I think Alabama had a much easier game. I think they were just bigger, faster, all the way across the board.
They were just that defensive line was so big.
Yeah.
I mean, they knocked these guys out of the way staring at them.
Yeah, I know.
It was terrible.
But Georgia, I think, played a Michigan team was a little bit better. I think a lot bigger and faster than the UC team would be. And Michigan pretty much just owned, or Georgia pretty much owned Michigan that whole game. They looked so fast, so big. I mean, and that's who lost. Alabama beat Georgia in the SEC championship game, right?
Yeah, Alabama beat. They destroyed Georgia in that championship.
Yeah, that's the thing I keep.
It was really hard to beat a team twice in 1 year.
I couldn't believe that they left Georgia.
Yeah.
In the top 5, to be honest with you. I thought they should have been knocked out of everything. So
I guess it's who you lose to. I don't know, but it's really difficult to beat a team twice in 1 year, but especially close together. But I'll be rooting for Georgia because I mean Alabama's like the New York Yankees of college football. Nobody likes them except for Alabama.
A good friend who was the PR dude for Alan Quickie for so many years, and he's a PR guy for Miller Brewing, and he was down in not Fort Lauderdale. Where's the further south point? Key West. He was down in Key West, and it's a place he hangs out now. And he used to go there, with the race teams all the time. And he says, I was watching the game, and there weren't a lot of Alabama fans there. Matter of fact, we were probably outnumbered by the number of people that just plain hated Alabama.
Nice.
and I mean, it's just like that in Duke and basketball.
Yeah.
I love Duke.
Yeah, you would.
I love Duke. I love Coach K. He's great. Coach K is a great man. I'd love to go to one of those Cameron games. I should have went. Been to Cameron crazy just one time.
All right, here we go.
Look at this first score here.
Yeah. I just turned the page to go back to look to see how we bet on this, and so I took Washington in the under. So nope. T took Washington in the over, so he got part of it right. Pook took the Cowboys in the under, so he got that part right. And Pops took Washington in the under. So we didn't do very well on that one.
No.
Yeah, I mean, I can't believe that the Cowboys are. Gee, I mean, how they do it? How they do against Arizona today? Did they play Arizona today?
Yeah, they were.
Yeah.
I think they were losing the last time I looked.
They pulled it out.
Did they?
I left my phone upstairs.
Shit, I gotta look at it now. I can't remember. No, Arizona pulled it out.
Yeah, I was gonna say because like the first half was ugly, and then I know like Kyler Murray's numbers started jumping in the second half, and
all right, the battle for mediocrity. I like it. So What was this? It was New Orleans +3, and I took New Orleans and I took the under. So yay! T took the Dolphins and the over.
Wait a minute. You took. Okay. You took
Yeah.
New Orleans. Okay.
Pook took the Dolphins and the over. Oops.
Well, I got the over, baby boy.
Yeah, you took the over, but it's
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah,
I nailed that over.
No, you did.
Yeah,
no,
I
you
did.
did. No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did. I nailed that over.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I nailed that over.
20-3 game. Yeah.
Yeah, the over-under was 47. You were close, bro. Took you another 2 games to get over that.
You know,
I nailed that over.
Got half of it anyway.
You keep saying it's not going to make it
Get
true.
half of it.
Dude, I
You didn't
nailed
even
the
get half
over.
of it. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Get this guy.
Pops took Dolphins, no, and he took the under. We got that part. I was the only one to get both of them right. That's crazy.
You know, remember the original spread that we had up there was 11. You would have covered the original spread.
Yeah, it was minus 10, which I think is still up on the board.
Yeah, it's still up there. It's minus 10.
Yeah.
That was what the original one was.
Yeah.
So we ended up playing the -3 line.
Yeah.
Because that
and
was
I still
what.
got it.
Yeah.
Well, of course.
It wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah. The points were.
It wouldn't have mattered. Not even coming to
Yeah,
play.
the Dolphins didn't show up, so it doesn't matter.
No, they didn't. The New York Football Giants and the Chicago. Oh my God, the Bears! Look at you.
Yeah,
Wow.
I go whoa.
I only took the Giants. 4-12 team come into town. Did cover the spread. Did not cover the or under though. So, oh well.
It's weird. That's 2 weeks in a row.
They covered the spread. They didn't cover the spread.
Two game winning streak for the Bears.
Oh, I can't remember who it was. I think she's some sideline personality, or she's she does like the pre-NFL Sunday shows or whatever on ESPN or something. I don't know who she is. She's this really attractive lady. And she goes, "Hey, if you didn't catch the ball drop on New Year's Eve, don't worry. The Jacksonville Jaguars are playing tomorrow." I was like, that was great.
Oh my God,
that was so funny. And they did. Oh man, is Trevor Lawrence hating life or what? 50-0 by the Patriots. Who in Foxborough? Oh man, cover the over, cover the spread, and then some. Jeez, oh, Pete's. 2-14. Screw it. Can you win one more game? You already locked it. They locked out the number 1 pick, right? Or did they? Detroit's still in the running.
I think they got a half game on Detroit because of that
Who
tie.
can tank it up? Who can take the first pick away from Jacksonville? Detroit, I think, is the only team, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Interesting to see what they do at draft time. Los Angeles Rams and the Baltimore Ravens. Yeah, somebody was complaining about that quarterback earlier today. Who was it? Oh yeah, J-Dub. And what he dropped? Come on. I don't know, but it was enough. It was enough. So
we're in the 17th or 18th week.
We're what are we?
17th, right?
We're in week 17, right?
It only took me the 17th week to figure this out.
Yeah.
There's a new way of looking things by color, and so if you see the gold color, that means that was a win with the points.
Okay, neat, interesting. So all right, Rams won, but it didn't cover the spread, and they didn't cover the over as well either. The Baltimore Ravens losing today gave the Cincinnati Bengals, which we'll get to in a minute, their first AFC North title division in what? It's been a minute.
Since
Carson Palmer.
I was trying to think of the coach that used to be there. Was it
Marvin?
Marv Lewis, was it? Or
yeah. How bad is it? I met him at the Village Tavern in Montgomery one time. Marvin Lewis.
That guy was around forever, and he'd always get up to the playoffs, and they'd lose in the first round.
Yeah, they made me a lot of money because
he was like the Bruce Boudreau of football.
I was in Cincinnati, and all these people were big Bengal fans. And at the restaurants they worked, and I both times I think I gave them 14 points, and both times I I won. I mean, I cleaned house. After the second time, I wasn't allowed to bet at work anymore. Basically, everybody complained, like little girls, because that was funny.
Wow.
So this was a scary game, wasn't it? Tampa Bay Buccaneers, New York Jets. What is going on here?
I don't know. Someone has broken into our network.
Yeah.
They're gone.
That's straight up. You know who that is. That's that Tokyo Rose shit spreader propaganda again. He's back.
This
It's that Tokyo Rose, man.
This did not look good for Tom Brady and the Bucs, and it didn't end well for at least one Buck, Antonio Brown, in the third quarter. Apparently, and I don't know if they dug all the way into this, he refused to go back on the field at one point in the third quarter. Mike Evans tried to calm him down. He's like, "Nope, I'm gonna explode. I'm gonna destroy my career."
I'm done with this.
And he proceeded to do a striptease and throw his equipment and his jersey and his
gloves and whatever,
everything out into the stands and walk off the field. And immediately following that, Bruce Arians, head coach of Tampa Bay, was like, "Oh, he's gone." So I mean that. And by the way, thank you, Mr. Antonio Brown, because I did start you in my fantasy football team today. Had I started somebody else, I might not be looking at a loss today in fourth place for a second year in a row, even though, oh my God. Anyways, I don't know. Tampa Bay is all kinds of banged up. That defense looks terrible. I mean, it was the Jets, and the Jets were just running all over and for the first three quarters. It was all New York Jets, Jets, Jets. And the crowd was into it, and it just, they couldn't get anything going as far as Tampa Bay. And then all of a sudden they came roaring back. And,
it was Jets to the fourth quarter.
Yeah, that's what I said. First three quarters, it was amazing. Really strange, but Tom Brady and company prevailed. However, they didn't cover the spread. They did not cover the. They didn't get over. If you bet on the under, you were good. If you bet on the over, you were screwed. The Atlanta Falcons and Buffalo Bills. Woohoo! The Bills started out like a tear. I mean, we were looking at Lunchbox in his fantasy, and we're like, "Oh man!" Like, I mean, he is just going to start lighting this up, and he kind of calmed down for the most part. But the Buffalo Bills beat Atlanta 29-15, 14.5 point spread. Wow! That is a lot for a football game.
And the fact that it was a 44 over under.
Yeah.
So Pook, who wins then?
Half.
All right.
He won by the 44 points.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Atlanta right on. It's a push.
Yeah. Nobody.
That's a push. You go back, if you have a ticket on it, you go up to the window and get your money back that you put up.
Yeah.
If you called it into a bookmaker, it's like it wasn't even recorded, like it didn't even happen.
All right.
All right. Next one up. This was a surprising. I mean, holy cow! You want to talk about freaking?
Yeah.
I mean, Pops.
The reason why I said, did you watch this? Because, it came down to the last 20 seconds.
Yeah.
They had 5 attempts from the 2-yard line.
Jeez. So your two guys, Burrow and Chase, got you 84, almost 85 points.
Yeah. and I had to go back and look it up because I dropped Burrows because he hadn't produced for me for like 2 or 3 games.
Yeah.
And so I dropped him and I picked him up because Kansas City is notorious for their pass defense. I thought, well, this is a good chance they can do that. And boy, they sure did get together today. That was no doubt about that.
Holy cow! Yeah, I mean, what a game! And good job, Bengals, winning the AFC North and knocking down the Pat Mahomes and the Kansas City.
Yeah, that
Chiefs,
was
man.
just a real shocker to me. There's just no ifs, ands, or buts.
So Bengals covered the spread and they pushed over the break on the over under. So nicely done there. There you go. Miami and Tennessee. Woo! Tennessee clinches 11-5, still without Derrick Henry. Are they going to get him back before the playoffs start?
Right.
Is he done for the year?
I wish I would have. Wish he would have came back.
I think he's done, bro.
Is he?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
If I
Well, I
remember
mean,
correctly.
they found a way.
I mean, he
to
was
do
on
it.
my fantasy team, and I did have a chance of winning the league until he got hurt.
I
So
still can't believe the over under 39.5. One team scores 34.
Yeah.
and it's still under.
Yeah.
The Dolphins
Nailed
got
that
more
over.
points. The Dolphins got more points from the point spread.
Yeah. That's bad. That's the Dolphins. I mean, you know what?
Second game in a row, scoring 3 points. Great
Yeah.
job.
Raiders. The Colts. The Colts lost this one. I thought they were winning it. Okay, well, I guess they did lose. All right,
Yes.
but Jonathan Taylor broke the single season rushing record for the Colts, which is that's an accomplishment. You might not think so, but you remember they had Edgerrin
They had some
James,
good players. Yep.
and then they had he went on to L.A. Or not L.A. but St. Louis to win a Super Bowl with Marshall Faulk, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they've had some pretty good running backs in there. So Jonathan Taylor finally coming into his own. Finally, a Wisconsin running back getting it done in the NFL. So good for him, man. And the Raiders won I don't even think they're still in the playoffs. Right? I think they are still mathematically in the playoffs, but I'm not sure what their scenario is.
They're going for a wild card. They're not going to catch the Chiefs.
Yeah. No, absolutely not. The Eagle Nation. I mean, look, it's you beat up on Washington, which isn't very hard to do. You didn't cover the spread though. I'm sure. So Philly fans were bitching about something because they always have to have something to bitch about. So I'm sure that was it. But I mean, you've got a good quarterback there. I think there might be something there for you guys, so you can build upon that. I mean, that's the hardest thing to do in the NFL is to find a franchise quarterback, and I think you might have done it. And 9-7, hey, you still got one more game to go, but it's nothing to hang your head low about. It's got a couple rough years after the Super Bowl win, so maybe you're on your way up. Didn't cover the spread, didn't cover the over, didn't get the over under, but if you hit the under, you're good. Broncos and the Chargers. Who the shit saw this coming? Didn't help me on.
Yeah.
I mean, not only were the Chargers not using Eckler as much as they used to. I mean, he had a right game for me, but let's be honest, it wasn't amazing. It wasn't, nothing to write home about. But I was expecting and hoping for a good game on him. How many did he give me? 18. Yeah, I guess everyone can't really complain about that, can I? But I mean, holy crap! I mean, in LA, Bronco with a backup. They didn't even have a backup. I think did they have the backup to the backup quarterback? They had the third string quarterback in the Broncos.
I think so.
Yeah.
At least it wasn't like last year when they had to get that like wide receiver guy to
Yeah, right.
quarterback.
I'm glad I dodged that
Or
bullet.
years back when they had Tebow, but Tebow won. Yeah. But yeah, Broncos just surprising everybody, I think. And in the bookmakers because they had them. They had charged a 7.5 favorite. I mean, holy cow! They did combine to get the over. So there's that. But I watched probably about half that game, and then it just was like, whatever. I moved on, and yeah, nothing big there. Houston Texans and San Francisco 49ers. Niners now 9-7 with their rookie backup quarterback, who I guess looked pretty good. Deebo Samuel had a decent game, especially fantasy. What did he end up getting? 15.7. That's not terrible. They did cover. Did they cover? Yeah, they did. Yeah. Okay. Over under 43. What's up? What are you chuckling about?
Chris Benoit when we were talking about the wide receiver quarterback. He had to bring up the Leafs losing last year to that Zamboni driver.
Oh yeah, that was great.
When he came in for the Hurricanes.
Yeah. That was hilarious. That was hilarious. Yeah, so the San Francisco did cover. And another game. It's so weird to see. 2-13-1. Okay. Holy crap. Look at that. I mean, Seattle covered 7.5, favored by 7.5, and they blew past the over. Jesus. In a game that meant nothing to pretty much anybody except for maybe the Jacksonville Jaguars, Whew. Terrible. Il terrible. And there was a game we were talking about earlier.
Yep.
Arizona Cardinals, Dallas Cowboys. How about them Cowboys? So now, pretty muddled up there at the top. A lot of haves and have-nots this year, isn't it?
Yeah.
12-4 teams, and you got Green Bay playing here. I think they just kicked off, actually.
And there's news out of this game too, with the Cowboys losing a player.
Who'd they lose?
Well, Chris put up here that Mike Gallup has believed to have a torn ACL.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a big.
So Michael Gallup, it sounds like he's done.
yeah, that's no bueno, man. Oh, good Lord. So I just turned on the Packer games to see if there's anything up there. Get through the last of these. They did not cover the spread, not even close. And it came close to breaking through that over. But if you bet the under like Pook did, he got that under. Wow. Very exciting game there. New Orleans, after a fresh beatdown of Tampa Bay, managed to score a whole 18 points against the hapless Carolina Panthers. Jeez. They did cover the spread, though.
Carolina start off strong and then just
they did. They were like what were they, like 4-0 or something like that?
Yeah,
they've gone like 1-11 since then.
That's rough. Sorry, Panther fans. In New Orleans, you still got to find a quarterback. Probably should have gotten into that a little bit better. I don't know, but Jameis Winston is your go-to. Yeah, I don't think that's going to work out too well for you, man.
Carolina's still going with Cam Newton, so
we got which is working out well for him. He hasn't won a game since he came back and started, has he? He came in. Did he come in into a game when a guy got it? No, did he win one as a starter once he's come back? I thought I read something that he had.
I thought he did. I
thought he did too. So maybe I read it wrong. I don't know. But so Sunday Night Football, we got to get this one out of the way quick if we're going to talk about this. The game literally just started.
It had not started. They just took the field.
Oh, they just took the field. All right, so Minnesota Vikings and the Green Bay Packers. The spread is plus 13. I'm going to take the Vikings. Ooh, I'm so stupid. And I'm going to take the over. This is going to be a bad one. T, who you got?
Yeah, 13 points is a lot to be giving up in these divisional games. They're usually pretty tight, so I'm going to go with the Vikings as well. I think the Packers win, but it's not going to be by 13, I don't think.
Right.
Give me the over, because last time these two teams played, they each scored in the 30s. So
Yeah. A shootout benefits me for sure, but I still don't think
it doesn't benefit me, because I got the Packers defense and J-Dub's got Dalvin Cook going.
Oh,
so it doesn't help me, so I'm going.
Yeah, you're screwed.
I know the Packers' run defense has been pretty bad lately. So.
Yeah, it has. All right.
Hopefully they turn it around.
Oh man, I am such a sucker. I might as well just light fire on my own money instead. I'd have more control over it than betting this. This is so horrible. Yeah, I'm such a freaking sucker, man. Go ahead and give me Minnesota in the over. I'm so stupid. I feel like such a donkey right now.
Pops.
Same thing. Minnesota in the over. There's no way they're going to beat them by 13.
Horrible.
Every time we go for the same one, I don't think it always blows up in our face. But
so it's going to be Green Bay in the under because we all took Minnesota in the over.
Right. Yeah. Of course, right? We got the Browns and the Steelers in a game that means nothing because both teams are out of the playoffs. Cleveland officially today was mathematically eliminated. Cleveland favored by 3.5. Or no, they're getting 3.5. Excuse me.
I don't understand that either. But that's beside the point.
Well, it's the Steelers at home. Let's see. I don't know. I think Baker, he has a shitty day. He comes back and blows stuff up. So I think I'm going to go Browns and under. T.
I'm going to go Steelers and over. Baker looked horrible. I think that brace is affecting how he throws the ball.
Oh, I'm sure
that he's playing with. And I don't think he's going to have a good game until he gets that thing off, which will be next season.
Yeah. All right, so you're going to take Steelers and over Pook.
Yeah, who's the favorite here? So I understand this.
Steelers.
No,
Right?
Steelers not favorite. The Browns are favorite.
Oh yeah,
They
you're
have to
right.
give
Excuse
up
me, you're right.
3.5, so.
God damn. why I
Okay.
keep getting that
All
wrong?
right. Okay. That makes sense. Okay. Go ahead and give me the Steelers and the under. I am so bad at this. This is horrifying.
Oh, that's terrible because that's what I was going to do too.
Oh, it's horrifying, isn't it? Oh my God.
Poop, you're going for, or, I mean, Pops, you're the Steelers and the under too?
Yep.
Okay.
Horrible, Pops. Horrible.
I
You're
know.
going the
I hear
wrong
you.
way. You're going the wrong way, my man.
Just because of my memories of cowards. This is just.
Alrighty, so let's see if I can get this up real quick, so we can burn through it, and then we can go watch the Packer game.
Right.
Where is it? There it is. Okay, cool. So, yep. So the championship game this week was J-Dub with an 8-7 record, by the way. Playing T with a 9-6 record.
Yeah.
For the championship game.
Third year in a row in a championship game, and third year in a row I'm going to lose.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. You are going to lose?
Yeah.
I think so.
Well, I mean,
so last I looked.
Yeah, because you're done, aren't you?
Wait a minute.
No, I got the Packers.
See, this
I
is
got
what
the
I don't
Packers
understand.
D tonight.
You're predicted to get 101. You've already got 103. How the hell does that work?
No,
they're
that's
predicting now that the Packers. They're predicting the Packers will have negative points. I guess.
No. Your live your original prediction was 129.
Oh, okay.
Your live projection is 101. You got 103, but defenses tend to give up points. You know,
that's
you
what I
may
was gonna
finish with positive points, but you start with 10, and then it just either goes down or goes up depending on how that defense plays. And J-Dub still got Cook and Najee Harris to go, and they're both predicted to get, well, what is it, like 34 points between the two of them.
Yeah.
You know, if they both blow out their knees, then T wins. But
yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen.
Or they shit the bed somehow. You know,
that's how I got into the championship because Lunchbox had the Jaguars running back last week.
James Robinson.
Robinson. Yeah, that's it.
Yep. So yeah, it looks like J-Dub's going to be the champion. Congrats to him. Third place game. You know, I had high hopes coming into this one, but not so much. Freaking Lunchbox gets 31.
You guys were less than 2 points apart, both you and T.
Well, didn't turn out that way.
Real close.
Lunchbox is just going to roll right over me and finish fourth for the second year in a row, despite being in first place, despite scoring. Oh, I think the only person who outscored me was J-Dub, and how you do that with a 9-6 record is beyond me. But that is what it is. I mean,
because J-Dub's team either does great or they shit the bed. There's no in between with his team this year.
Yeah,
he has his weeks where he gets like 160, 170 points. And
I mean, Jesus. I mean, he got 31 points out of St. Brown, 27 out of Metcalf, 23 out of Jeff Allen, which he was projected to get more than that. So, but I mean, he was at like 19 in like the middle part of the second quarter. It was like, holy shit. But I think what it was is the interceptions. He threw like 3 picks. So that doesn't help. What is that, 4 off every time? I can't remember how much they take away, but I know they take away points. I think it's like 4 or 5 points every time you throw a pick. Maybe it's only 3. I'm not sure. I didn't look at that this year, but I mean, 27 on Metcalf, 18 on Kamara, which is pretty. Taylor, 17. He got less than he was projected, but holy cow, that 31 that Brown put out. You take that 19 points, and I'm in this thing almost. Yeah. Oh man, whatever. It is what it is. I'm not covering the last place game. Pook, you fucking actually could fucking lose. You could actually lose this game. George has got an 82.90. Oh my God, you did lose.
Is it over?
Yeah, Poke, you fucking lost to a guy that didn't set his fucking lineup.
I never claimed to be a fantasy football guru.
Holy cow!
By what,
could never do that.
200ths of a point separate?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ah!
I
That's
never
unreal.
claimed to be a
You're
fantasy
never living that
football.
down. I don't
ball.
care. That's fucking wow. Dude, did you have yeah, you could have started, yeah. You could have put in well, yeah, you have one guy. You got
Whatever.
straight fucking rap. You got destroyed by injury. Poke was an injury bug this year. He was the guy who took them all.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, you had a lot of guys go down. Holy crap. Still though, fucking Pardos wins the game. It hasn't set his lineup since like week 3.
I think I had both my top 2 running backs go down on the season-ending injuries. Because I had Derrick Henry and then I had Gus Edwards, and he didn't even get to.
Wow. It's just, yeah. I mean, I didn't catch the bug until the end of the year, and it happened at the absolute worst possible time. But that's.
Are you talking about
Goodwin? Yeah. Well, then I got Goodwin, and I had Goodwin and Eckler out last week in the championship game. It just, Goodwin the week before for ACL, and then Eckler with the COVID, and just spilt milk.
Man,
Pops went up against Richie, who was gonna quit after like week 2. He stayed in there. So thanks for hanging in there, man. And I hope you play next year. We're gonna have a meeting sometime next summer. We're gonna institute some changes. Me and Lunchbox are talking about it. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Well, we're gonna make it a little more fun.
We're gonna have
equity.
I mean, a chance on the draft.
I don't know how exactly we're gonna. That's what I said. We're gonna lay out a lot of things, and I think we're just gonna vote on it as a.
Thinking about doing an auction.
Thinking about doing that. Thinking about doing keepers. Also thinking about instituting a rule that the champion gets to make a rule.
Say what?
Yeah. So like the first rule that my it's about like conduct of the league. Like for instance, my brother-in-law did this last year. He won his league last year, and his rule was once the playoffs start, the week in heading into the playoffs, if you're not in the playoffs, you don't get to make any moves. You can't pick anybody up. You can't drop anybody. You're fucking done. That's it.
So you lose 5 guys to COVID, you can't replay the game.
Well, that we'd have to visit that if that's a thing again this year. But because what guys will do is sandbag guys in the championship game like somebody else tried to do. That's why the rules put in place so that you can't sandbag the guys in the championship semifinals or whatever. Like, the 8th place player can't just start dumping people and grabbing guys. That somebody, you know what I mean? It's this isn't set. This isn't in stone. It's just this is a thing that I want to things that we're going to bring up. Things we're talking about. We're going to talk about doing a keeper league, so that as well as the auction draft, because you can pay to keep a player. Like for instance, without question, I'd probably keep Justin Jefferson, right? Because he's young. Alan Thiel's not going to be there forever, and I think he's a guy you want to keep long term. Pops for you would be like you would probably want to keep either Burrow or Chase, right?
Yeah.
Or Devontae Adams.
See, that's the problem. You pick
I'm redrafting the whole team.
Yeah. So
I'm redrafting the whole team.
You what?
I'm redrafting a whole team.
Yeah, okay. But Pops is beating up on Richie. He's 164, which is towards. I think J-Dub had the highest one this week. Didn't he have like a 190 or something?
I don't know. He was way up there.
Yeah, I think he had that, but that's one of the closer ones too, or one of the highest ones this year too. 164. So good job, Pops. Just narrowly missed the playoffs. T, always a bridesmaid, never a bride.
Yeah.
That sucks, man. That hurts worse than being in 4th if I think about it. But I mean,
it is what it is.
Yeah.
3 years in a row now. I got first year we did this. I lost to Pook in the championship. Last year I lost to the Pops in the championship, and now this year J-Dub's taking me out. So
it's a
what it
wheel.
is.
Everybody gets to be champion. Everybody gets to be champion.
Everyone except for me. It's
yeah,
like,
right. Yeah.
I'm like the Green Bay Packers in the NFC Championship game.
Nah.
Or the Buffalo Bills of the 90s.
We'll try and get some of the other guys on for next week to talk about the season in general and talk about the playoffs. So Richie, we'll probably get Richie.
Playoffs?
Yeah.
Not our playoffs, the regular playoffs.
We'll get Richie, probably get Lunchbox. And we'll just have a year review of fantasy football, and we all bitch and yell at each other. But yeah, I mean, it was fun, man. I enjoyed the hell out of it. I think I might get we might kick Pardos out of the league next year. Put my wife in because she was like getting interested in it this year. Who you got going today? Who are we watching? What's going on? And what about this? And I was like, oh shit, you're interested in this? Okay. But yeah, we'll see. To wrap it up, anything, Pops? Anything on auto racing big other than
not really?
Nothing really going on.
Castaneves is going for the racing champions over in Europe.
Okay,
which is kind of neat to see an old fart doing that. So
yeah,
this is his third trip to it, so that's kind of neat.
That old fart had just won the Indianapolis 500, right?
Yeah,
yeah,
well, yeah, and he's
not
still an old fart.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and end it early. Let's go watch some Packers football. It's got a lot of implications for people in fantasy football. Maybe Rodgers puts up 50. I don't know, but that'd be awesome. It'd be hilarious if I'm bitching and whining, complaining, and then all of a sudden,
maybe the Packers get maybe the Packers get 4 or 5 interceptions again.
Yeah, right. There you go. Yeah, I mean, we'll work together, T. Let's help you, help me, help you, help me, help you. Let's do this. Let's get the mojo going. All right, guys. My final thoughts. Remember, never take a permanent solution to a temporary problem. I know it's kind of crappy out there, but still get outside. Look up every once in a while on a clear night. Look up there, check out them stars, check out them planets out there. Get that app I talked about, that Skyview app, and show your kids, Saturn and Jupiter and Venus, Mars, which are usually visible if you're in this part of the country about around 8ish to like 11, maybe 10:30, something like that. But just it's just neat to see a neat thing to do, and just try and enjoy your life, help each other out, be nice.
You're gonna look for Saturn. You find Saturn, and then where's its rings? Where's its rings?
Well, they're pretty far away, but other than that, that's all I got. Make sure you check out the rest of our shows this week. Monday through Friday we've got something. Monday through Sunday we've got a show on every night. So and I'll put this in there because my wife's such a sweetheart. Love and light to you all. Very nice, sweetie. All right, that's it for me. Have a good night. God bless. T, final thoughts. Let's go, Brandon.
Yeah, let's go, Brandon. Hey, real enthusiastic tonight.
Yeah, we all phoned it in this weekend a little bit.
We did. Whatever.
It's a way to start out the new year.
I feel like
hungover the entire weekend.
I feel like
you
know what it was too, like drinking. I don't drink a lot of whiskey, and I was actually taking shots last night on the bar too, which I don't take shots all that often. So,
and we had a health and fitness expert on. We're firing shots.
Yeah, that was the perfect time to have the fitness.
He told me that like minutes before the show. Oh, this guy fitness expert's coming on. I'm like, up to the bar. We sit here where I get drunk. Like, okay, this is gonna be. He was cool though. He was great. He was fine. With
I put. After the show week, I was like, New Year's is coming up. People have resolutions.
Yeah, I mean, it was.
Let's have this guy, and I put it out there a week ago, and then he told me the day before we were like texting back and forth, and he's like, yeah, it's gonna work out and stuff, and then it's like I forgot to put it in the bar chat until the day of. It's like, oops.
All right.
So he's
like, by the way, he's coming on.
He's down in San Antonio.
Yeah, he's in San Antonio. Yeah, but if you didn't watch the episode, he's an interesting guy. Got hit by a car and was in such good shape.
Cracked his leg. That blew me away.
Yeah, somehow didn't lose his legs or anything. The cops thought he was going to lose his legs and stuff, and he didn't even end up breaking them because he was in such good shape. So, but not that he doesn't have permanent damage, but you listen to the episode. He's a good, interesting guy to listen to. And
absolutely.
Look him up on Instagram. I am Sups on Instagram.
Yep. All right, Pook, what you got?
Well, happy
Brother
New Year to
Brother Bishop Pook Dog.
It is the Brother Bishop Poop Dog from the First Sports Church, nothing but the truth. Hallelujah and praise the Lord. I can feel the Spirit getting inside of me. I might even start speaking in tongues, my man.
You're gonna nail that. You're gonna nail that over.
Oh, shit.
Gonna nail that over.
Well, I don't know about any of these bets that we made because I had a gun to my head when I made these, and normally I follow strict formulas to make plays, so I'm not going to be held responsible for anything that happens with my picks. Okay, maybe I will be.
Well, yeah, and
Okay, maybe I am. Maybe I'm fully responsible. Okay, I'm responsible.
You're starting to sound like John.
Yeah, right.
I've said that plenty of times on our show. Like, nobody should be listening to us for betting advice.
No, not on these games, sir.
You get you get what you pay for here, which you're not paying anything to watch us. So.
All right. Chris's
Okay.
Team Russia was kicked off their flight home in Calgary. Oops. Due to no wearing mask and smoking on the plane. Fucking Russians, man. They're hilarious.
Hey, after that Joe Rogan episode,
You mean we cannot have this
Hey,
cigarette
John.
on the plane?
Ask Chris if he's got a relative that is a chef.
Oh, okay. I'm sure he heard you.
We had a Charlie Benoit that was a chef at a Touch of Elegance.
Oh, yeah, that's right. All right, Pops, what you got?
I haven't got the slightest idea.
Okay.
I made it to the first call of shots last night, and that was pretty impressive. And then I got into something else, and then I went back to see where you guys were done, and it was right at midnight, and it looked like you were just signing off. I go, holy shit!
Yeah, we only did like 2 hours, just a little over 2 hours. Nobody was in good shape, and then T decided to drink till 5 a.m. Hey, Bill Gammon! I've been there and done that. Trust me. So I feel you. That was my New Year's Eve. What's going on, Bill? I love you, man. Thank you. I love you. Thanks for tuning in. And we're gonna lean on you come the lean times of sports, because I know you guys are gonna have things going down there. So we're gonna cover some Australian sports just for shits and giggles.
Good.
It's like when you're done betting for the day, but you lost your money, so you're chasing it. So you're watching the Australian simulcast of the Thoroughbreds, my man.
There you go.
Right?
Or
rugby.
rugby.
Game?
Or
Oh,
rugby.
yeah,
You can always bet on rugby.
I've watched rugby at 3 a.m. before.
And it was
I don't really know what's going on all the way either.
Did you see what's going on in the Packer game that the ref was having a stroke? Richie said he walked off the field now, but
No, Jesus Christ, that's crazy. No, I didn't see it, but I just tuned back in. So for some reason, my feed cut out. All right. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for sharing out the show. Bill, I got to put that in there. I will, just because it's you, bud. We just beat the English cunts in cricket. I heard about that. Congratulations. And one of these days, somebody will explain me cricket. Because
it's a wild game, man.
Oh, apparently it takes 3 days to play one game. But congratulations, Bill, for beating those English cunts. I hate those limey fucks anyways. Richie says in the blue chat. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. Share the show. Remember to catch all the other shows on the Vet Radio Syndicate, and I will see you guys next weekend, next Saturday night, along with T. And who knows who the hell else will join us. Guests will be to be determined. Other than that, have a good night and God bless.